Look what I've... Yeah. Yeah. Hey.
I'm glad you...
What's happening, sir?
Uncle Sahanush sent for me. No doubt he wants to give me another ear-bashing about the error of my ways. And he said to bring...
What has it got to do?
Plenty. You're in it with me ever...
All right, we should get going then.
I suppose. Right away. I put some of my old clothes in a trunk for you. So go and get dressed.
Thanks, Sir Hans.
How are you, Henry?
So, should we go?
Let's go. I'm glad you got dressed up properly. Clothes make the man, and in your case, it's quite a...
Well, my ward and his, what shall we say, chaperone.
Uncle.
My lord?
I hope we haven't dragged you away from anything too important.
Not at all, Uncle. We
like
were just...
boozing and whoring, for instance.
Uncle, I can
Perhaps you were busy, causing mayhem in the middle of the night and beating up my subjects.
No, it wasn't... Henry and I were
Henry's as big a fool as you are. But he's not my ward, thank Christ. What the hell do the pair of you think you're doing? There are people in this fiefdom who work from dawn to dusk to put food on their tables and on yours, may I remind you. And then they look at you, Hans, their lord and master, and see a drunken layabout. That fellow you beat up last night was a guard, a new guard on the town watch. And he couldn't report for duty this morning because of his injuries. I had the bailiff here complaining, and could I tell him what I really think about this whole sorry affair? Of course not. That would demean me. And you too. So I had to sit gaping like a stuffed owl and listen to his grievances. Maybe you think because you're the Lord here you can get away with anything. But you're sadly mistaken, you blockhead. A lord remains a lord only as long as he commands the loyalty of his subjects. And I'm sure I don't have to tell you the folk here are not exactly enchanted at the prospect of having you in charge. That was the last straw, Capon. One more of your escapades and I'll send you to your mother in Polnar. For all I care, she can dress you up like a wench and marry you off to some Hungarian.
Uncle, that arson Archibald tried to murder me. What was I to do?
Oh, don't exaggerate. Well, I'm hardly surprised after you molested his girl and humiliated him.
I was only...
Oh, don't whine, for heaven's sake. It's about time you started taking some responsibility. I have a job for you. Maybe that will keep you out of mischief. Sir Milota of Oleshna has turned up here. Do you know him?
Isn't he Sir Bernard's cousin?
He is. He came here with the remnants of his retinue to seek refuge. He's seriously wounded.
What happened to him, sir?
His fortress Oleshna was attacked by one Wulfrin of Camburg. Milota pursued him almost as far as Neuhof and engaged with him. Unfortunately, the skirmish didn't end well for Milota.
Wulflin of Camburg, that name is familiar.
Yeah, he's kin to the Oleshna lords, too. A cousin of Bernard's and Milota's. Their family affairs are a little complicated. None of my business, of course. I just wish they'd found somewhere else to thrash out their differences.
What do you want us to do, sir?
Go and see Bernard in the courtyard. He got a report that Wulflin pillaged some other farms around Neuhof, and he's putting a squad together to ride against him. Mind your step, though. It's a family affair, after all. Maybe more to it than meets the eye. The important thing is to get that damn scavenger out of the domain. If possible, without bloodshed. I can't afford to lose any men over this business. Have I made myself clear?
Yes, sir.
Very well, Uncle.
Get to work, then.
Matičko boží, manželé k oltáři a k Bohu šťastní jdou. Provázej v žití, jejich kroky pomáhají.
Henry, I'm glad you came.
Sir Hanish sent me, Captain. I'm to join your mission.
Then mount up, youngster, and we'll move.
Can you...
Certainly.
I'd like to...
Now. Lord Capon, when we get there, I'd like you to hold back.
You can forget about that. I'm not going to announce it. Spanish sent me to handle this matter.
Yeah.
I just meant for your own safety.
I know what you meant, Captain. Forget it.
Very well, Your Grace.
Listen.
Yeah.
About this robber. I heard some rumors.
About his being a relative of mine?
Yeah.
Something like that.
We have the same great-grandfather, Irvin, Baron of Oleshna. Wolfen belongs to a distant branch of my family, which, well, let's just say they bring no honor to our name.
but I heard Walton of Camberg was hanged somewhere in Silesia after plundering the bishop's estates.
I heard the same. Only, well, I'm sure you've heard what they say about the Camberg branch of my family.
That they're cursed. Yeah. Now, Bernard, don't you think I'm a little old for fairy tales?
Think what you like. I heard it from my grandfather, and he never paid attention to old wives' tales.
I meant no offence, Captain. Well, tell me all about it then. After all, there's no smoke without fire, and I never heard about the Camberg clan from a member of the family.
Very well. At home, we always spoke in whispers about our Camberg relatives.
Yeah.
Wolfen's father, Wilhelm, came to visit. I'm almost ashamed to say it.
You can rely on my discretion, Captain. Carry on.
Well, the servants were so afraid of him that they went and hid in the barn. Father had them whipped. Even then, they wouldn't go near Wilhelm. They were afraid he cursed them. I couldn't blame them.
Why's that?
Wilhelm's face was so badly disfigured, folk would cross themselves when they saw him. I was afraid of him myself as a boy.
Was he wounded in war?
No, he was born that way. See, his mother, Countess Barbara of Hogwitz, didn't want to marry Wilhelm's father, my grandfather's brother.
Yeah.
He never wanted to bear his children. So, she felt bad. They say she went to a witch to get rid of the child. She ended up having quintuplets.
Yeah.
Can you imagine it? 5 babes born in one night?
Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
That's not all. 4 of them didn't live till dawn.
Yeah.
Only the 5th survived. He was disfigured. Wilhelm, they say the witch cheated her, and instead of getting rid of the child,
Yeah.
put the devil's seed inside her.
Good Lord, how dreadful!
Yeah.
Wilhelm carried that with him his whole life. When his own wife was in childbed, he had 7 friars kneeling in her chamber day and night.
Yeah.
Didn't stop the rumors, though. When his son, Wolfen, was born, he looked normal enough, but he turned out to be as wild as a stray tomcat.
It seems he hasn't grown out of it.
Right about that. Years ago, Wolfen went off to Poland, and Wilhelm got worse and worse. He cursed everything and everyone in his past, started throwing crockery at the servants. He was on his deathbed. He sent for a priest, not just to give him the last rites, because they were afraid the devil would come out of him and possess someone else. Then later, Wolfen turned up, even though he was supposed to be dead for years. Poland said he was dead. That wouldn't stop the devil's spawn. Whoa!
Sweet
Slow down.
Jesus. It sounds a lot more convincing
Mighty
coming from you than the stories my
I
nurse.
sent them to scout ahead.
How are we supposed to deal with a monster like
They
that?
most certainly will. Let's go. We have to make camp. Hamlin, we'll take 2 men and come back here later.
Good day, Henry.
Greetings.
What do we do now?
First, we have to find out where those horsens are holed up. So someone should go to those places and find out what they can.
All right, Captain. I'll do that.
One is uphill from Neuhoff, right by the woods.
Tell me, Captain.
They say blood's thicker than...
So what's the cause of your
Nothing in particular. Just that he's a rough...
How are you related?
Milota, Wolfen and I have...
How do you mean Kurt?
Like I said, Wolfen's grandfather married Countess Barb, only instead of getting...
What, all at the same time?
all in one night.
And you believe that?
Depends how you look at it. As for Wolfen...
I'd like to
Certain.
I'd like to...
All right. Now.
I'd like to...
Certain.
I want to...
All right. Now.
Can you teach...
Certainly.
I want to...
All right, but now.
I'd like to...
Certainly.
I'd like to...
First, you...
Well,
Goodbye.
God grant you...
Captain Bernard sent me.
Well, they came, took everything they could, and...
We're trying to catch up with that gang, so I need to hear...
What do you want?
How many of them?
2 or 3?
Which way did they go?
I don't know. I wasn't watching.
So your husband was...
Yes,
What did they take?
not much. We haven't a pot to piss in.
So you're telling me they came here? You told them there was nothing worth...
More or less.
But just a while ago, you told me...
Ah,
So were you inside or outside?
well, like I say...
Look here, I'm not sure what happened here.
No! It's just...
I'm the one who's bewildered. Let me make one thing clear. Those bandits are led by Sir Wolflin, Baron of Camberg, and he's not just some common outlaw. If we don't catch him, there'll be hell to pay. So you better
Lord Jesus.
So,
First, promise me you'll get...
that's exactly what I'm here for.
They came a few days ago, took a pig, and I noticed one of them had an injured leg.
That was very Christian of you, considering they came to rob.
All I cared about was that they wouldn't...
Go on.
They rode off, and I prayed we'd seen the last. One of them had been wounded, and they wanted me to take a look at him. They gave me some corn.
So you know where they're camped?
I won't go to their camp, no. But I know of a...
That'll do me.
Take care. I'm not going any further. If they saw me, I'd be done for. The camp's not far away in this direction.
Thanks. And don't worry, I'll deal with those bastards.
I pray you do.
Looks like I found it. I better get back and report to Captain Bernard.
Yeah. Yeah.
I found that encampment.
Ah.
Not really.
How many men did you...
About 15.
Shit. That won't be easy.
Sounds good to me, Captain.
Don't get too cocky. The skirmishes in the woods can get tricky. Who knows what... Anyway, I'll round up the men and you can lead us to this camp.
Of course.
Westbrook, Sir Hanush of Leiper. You have been declared a reprobate and an outlaw. Will you willingly lay down your arms and accept your just punishment at the hands of Sir Hanush? Or do you intend to offer resistance?
That's a difficult choice, cousin. What do you say, man?
Am I to take it you intend to resist?
I didn't want to, but these men here talked me into it.
We're wasting our time, Captain. This brute here hasn't the honor of a common footpad. These murdering swine slayed Vitus and Cyril. I think it's time they paid for it. What do you say, men?
Damn right. For blood!
At those bastards! Charge!
For
Bring
the
the man
Hanush!
who brings me Wolfman's head!
Well, now.
I'll slaughter you under some rock. Gone weak at the knees, have you? No more fooling around. Is that the best you can do? You'll die for that. Oh, fuck, sorry. Fuck this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mart! He's run off again. Oh dear. I've got good tidings.
What are you talking about, boy? That horse routed my men. We barely...
That's as may be.
What?
I got him just after you would.
Are you in earnest?
They scattered. As soon as you regroup.
By all that's holy. It's a miracle, Henry. Got a rat eye, quick. Take care.
Well, Henry, it cost me a lot of effort, but it seems I've finally succeeded.
Sir Hans, I heard something about a tourney in Rat.
Yes, Hanish has decided to... It's only a bit of entertainment for commoners.
Oh, you don't seem like your usual cheer.
Yes, blast it. Hanish was on my back about what I'd do all day. So I told him... I said I was training my future page in combat, initiate...
I didn't know you had a...
Well, that's just the thing. I don't. And it seems I was a bit too convinced. That's putting it mildly. Unless... All you have to do is enter the tourney, batter the fuck out of all the other peasants, and everyone will be happy.
Oh, Jesus, what are you getting me in?
Nonsense, you're a... And besides, it's only a bit of... You have to put up some coin. Go and see the tournament. Run along now.
You're...
Excellent. Good luck then.
Yeah.
God be with you, lad.
I have news from the camp, sir.
Speak.
Unfortunately, we couldn't avoid...
Where's Hans? I hope.
There's no need to worry, my lord. But we had several casualties.
At Bernard?
He made it. He's trying to round up the...
So that bastard Wolf...
Not quite. The captain retreated, but I stood my ground and...
Really? Well, that's something. Without a leader, that... Well done, Henry. I'm just worried they won't...
Sir, is there anything else I can do for you?
No, go and get... Goodbye.
To me?